Today we've got fresh setups for Doge and BNB, plus XRP looks set for another leg up. So let's jump in. Hi everyone, last week's altcoin gem ENA hit our TP with a nice 25% move over the weekend, but let's run through the three setups I'm watching this week. First up, we have Dogecoin USDT daily, which is offering a great opportunity to trade at the moment. Now you'll notice how our TP for this is essentially the daily 200 MA. No sense presuming the price action can get above that. We have had a weird breakout of this descending channel over the last few weeks, and the price action was stuck essentially between the 21 MA and this falling wedge pattern on the flip side, which was not offering any clear potential opportunities to trade. But since January the 1st, Dogecoin has made a nice break above the 21 MA to get out of that little trough it was in, and also firmly break above the 50 MA on the daily chart with lovely confluence now and perfect alignment with this key support area at around 0.135. And if we scroll back, you can see this has been a previous jumping off point for the price action and quite strong resistance as well. So it is a really nice entry point to come in for Doge. And you'll also notice that the RSI is tapping the median line as well. So there's pretty nice confluence across the board. Also the 21 acting as nice support confluence. I've got my stop loss below this previous swing low to give me a bit of flexibility. But if you do prefer tighter stops, you can of course put that below the 21 like this as well, just for a little bit of a tighter play, even though you might say, okay, well, typically I would like to have a little bit more confluence like this at support, maybe with some divergence, and I'm not sure we've got any divergence at the moment. Let's have a quick look. Have we got any divergence? No divergence at this point, but the additional confluence which we seek is actually with Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently is sitting around 89k, essentially at long-term support following a breakout at the start of the year, meaning if Bitcoin heads up from here, it's going to pull up Doge as well. So we have got support with the 50 MA, we've got a clear definable TP, and it's nicely aligned with its long-term support line. But because Bitcoin is in the ideal position for a long play here, it gives us all the confluence and confidence we need to enter a position here with Dogecoin. It's also worth noting that if we switch to the 4-hour chart, there is actually a golden cross occurring between the 50 and the 200 MA, which is also supportive of a potential move up from here. So you're looking to come in as flush as you can with 0.136, and if we do get that play, that'll be a nice 40-odd%. But that's Doge. But just a reminder, these setups are hand-picked coins and tokens with real trading potential based on technical analysis and probabilities, available on both centralized and decentralized exchanges. The altcoin market also follows Bitcoin's direction, so don't miss context. Make sure you've subscribed to catch our latest Bitcoin update video for the full picture before you trade. Next up, we've got BNB USDT 4-hour chart. Now, we've had a couple of double bottoms from BNB. Once one is in the process of breaking out of this falling wedge. This is the October liquidation event from last year. And the price action has since been suppressed by the 200 MA on this time frame, but we've also put in another double bottom, which has formed a neckline again here at around 870. But the 200 MA is now perfectly flush with that level, meaning a break of the double bottom, which we now have, means we have a wonderful retest opportunity on the flip side with lovely confluence with the double bottom neckline and the 200 MA, which is giving us a nice secure entry for BNB. We've also got long-term support below us, which gives us a little bit of security knowing that we're coming in at quite a low price point, but just on the back of bullish confirmation. And therefore, you're looking to essentially enter as close as you can to the 200 MA on the 4-hour chart, which essentially equals around 870, 871 for BNB. And then we can potentially look to take profits at around 1075, which is the top of this kind of current trading range. You'll see we had another move off this area, which stopped essentially there previously. So that's my rationale for that. I don't think we can at this point guarantee that BNB is going to come all the way back up to its previous all-time highs here of around 1,400, 1,371, but a reasonable play now with Bitcoin also putting in moves that we could expect BNB to move up from here, providing Bitcoin plays along. So really straightforward double bottom neckline retest play with BNB and lots of options of where to put your stop loss. Again, you can have a tight stop loss like this just underneath the 200 MA in the neckline. I wouldn't recommend that really because crypto's volatile, so we need to give it a bit of room to breathe sometimes. So you'll see my SL is essentially just below this double bottom here, meaning that of course if the price action does descend below that, that really does invalidate any bullish premise, which is exactly where I want my stop loss to be. But a nice risk reward ratio and a nice potential upwards move from BNB, which had a lot of interest this year. It's been a top performer, so traders will be looking to capitalize on these potentially low prices if we are going to move up from here. But that's BNB.
Hi there, I'm James. I'm the founder of ArcisFX. I'd like to personally invite you to join our 24/7 trading group. This is built for traders who want an edge. Inside, you'll get access to live calls on Forex, commodities, crypto, energies, and metals, along with exclusive daily analysis designed to unlock your trading potential. And this in both traditional and now in digital markets. I'm talking Bitcoin, crypto, altcoins, and tethered currencies. You'll gain early access to insider news, real-time updates, real-time support, and premium educational content. If you want to sharpen your skills and boost your success rate, then join me and Paul in this community. This is a fast-growing community of traders who are now writing their own success stories. So don't wait. Join up now. Your edge starts right here.
And finally today, as promised, we have XRP USDT 4-hour chart, which we've been waiting for such a long time for the price action to break out of this descending channel, which it has been in. You'll see this is my note from a few weeks ago where it said watch for a break with the 200 MA. Now, the 200 MA did get away from this upper diagonal resistance line for a while, making it a little bit difficult for bulls to buy the breakout here. But on the back of this double bottom, sorry about my little drawings there, we have had now a solid breakout of the channel out of our support area and above the 200 MA. And now we're looking for an entry. Now, we've had that bullish confirmation on the flip side. So we have obviously support below us, which would typically be a good place to come in on in hesitant times. But you'll notice there are orders now appearing underneath the current price action. And this is why I've got my ideal retracement zone box here. Now, this is made up of essentially the neckline of the double bottom, the 4-hour 200 MA, and the typical retrace you can expect from a move like this. So this was about a 30% move, and a move down from here into this box will be about 20%. So in crypto, that's a pretty nice pullback. Now, Bitcoin is at support at the moment, so we could see a move up from here, but it's very important that we are trying to enter in positions which are manageable in terms of risk, and therefore, if XRP does move up from here, then it would be advisable not to chase it, because ultimately, we've broken above the 4-hour 200 MA, we've broken out of this double bottom, and the neckline and the 4-hour 200 MA hasn't been properly retested yet, so there'll be a presumption that we do have to come back down here. Now, you'll see this line here is around 1.95. I'm going to move this up very slightly. This is the neckline. Just going to move it very slightly. So we're looking essentially for an entrance around 1.95 flush with the 4-hour 200 MA, and that would require, of course, XRP to come down a little bit more over the next couple of days. But that's where you essentially want to be for a long trade here. Wait for an additional pullback to 196 and then look for your entry, and they'll be aiming to take profits essentially at the top of this previous trading range. We were last there at the back end of October, and that would be essentially a TP of around 2.65, and that would be TP2 in terms of the big picture. Now, obviously, you could look to take profits at TP1 if you just want to do a short-term leverage trade or something like that. But ultimately, wait for the price action to enter this box as close to the 200 MA as possible, look for your entry, and then you've got two options to take profits, either at 2.27 or slightly higher up at 2.65. And because the price action has broken up into this range following the breakout of this channel on the back of this double bottom, it would be fair to say that TP2 is a more reasonable profit target than maybe TP1 at this point, because it's already demonstrated its ability to break up in this range, and sellers are already starting to back off a little bit in this area. So look for a nice flush entry with the 200 MA, but that's XRP. But for more winning setups like this, please consider subscribing, and also hit that like button and let us know in the comments what altcoins you're thinking of trading this week. We also have a private group you can join that posts charts like these throughout the week. But that's it for now. You can catch James on Sunday for his weekly stocks and commodities live stream, and you can also check out my crypto focus live stream from yesterday. Definitely worth a watch in case you missed it. And of course, I'll be back on Tuesday with Bitcoin Update. Catch you there.